Okay, I'm recording now. But yes, exciting title. What we're going to do today is we are kind of solidly into the mid-game of Wrath of the Righteous now. And we're actually very far in terms of time, but we just reached level 11. We actually, I think kind of early, got Mythic rank 4 as well. The Azata, we are Azata, and we got like teleported to where you get Mythic rank 4 really early in the game. So yeah, I thought this is a good point to respec our characters, specifically because, I'll show you now when we get into the game. Well, two reasons, two broad reasons. Reason number one, and obviously spoilers for mid-game stuff, I'll rip Horsekeks is dead as well, that's sad. But we get life bonding friendship. This is big reason number one. We get life bonding friendship at level 4, or at least I'm choosing to get it, which is going to let us automatically give our teammates teamwork feats to everyone within 50 feet of us, which is really, really useful. It also scales off of our charisma. When people drop below 0 hit points, they can continue fighting, but it's based off of our charisma, which is one slightly awkward thing because nubkeks here has like no charisma. Nubkeks is all dex and int. But yeah, it basically means that because of this sharing teamwork feats automatically, that nobody else needs teamwork feats. So some of my characters, for example, Regil, do have teamwork feats, right? They do. They've taken Outflank, because Outflank's amazing. We're actually going to switch it so that our Zata thing uses it instead. A couple of other things that I haven't been a huge fan of. Some of my characters, for example, Regil, we're going to start respecing him. I have not been happy with how I built Regil. He feels like he's not really contributing too much. So I want to touch up some of those characters. And now as well that we've got an idea of who our party actually is, what their personalities actually are, how their classes actually play, I basically want to make lore-friendly builds for everyone that ties into them so they can like, I kind of just be sort of the best versions of their default character that they can be. So we're actually going to do minor tweaks to a lot of people. Let's start out with Regil then. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This is the wrong thing. Okay, I want to retrain. Yes, we're going to retrain Regil. Regil, I've been in fact, actually, let me cancel out of this. You know what? Let me cancel out of this. Let's take a screenshot maybe, and we can look at them all at the end. So this is Regil right now. Let me take a screenshot. That should hopefully have worked. But yeah, his damage is kind of bad, which is due to a mistake that I made. His damage is terrible. I made a big mistake here in terms of mythic stuff, so I'll come to that in a second. But his AC is obviously crappy. His chance to hit is very good, but his damage sucks. Also, what is he doing with his Hell Knight? His Hell Knight's giving him, you know, it's giving him some armor training stuff, which is nice. He's getting some Smite Chaos, which is nice. Then he's got this Nobility Domain, which I think is pretty cool. He can like buff the team and stuff, but it's not giving him a whole lot. It's not giving him a whole lot. He's going to be treated as lawful. It's okay. But yeah, I haven't been too overly impressed with it. So here's what we're going to do instead. Here's what we're going to do. Basically, we're going to build him the way that he is. And he's essentially a little gnome lawnmower, basically. He is a whirlwind of death, right? Because look at what he comes with. He comes with 2-weapon fighting. He comes with weapon finesse. Now, this is where I went wrong. Fighter's Finesse actually just gives him weapon finesse with everything, which is actually, I think, just a dead talent for him. I don't think this really does anything useful, because he's only going to be using his Gnome Hooked Hammers. He has weapon focus in the Gnome Hooked Hammers, weapon specialization in Gnome Hooked Hammers. He has all this by default. So he's all about those, and there's a bunch of really strong ones in the game. So what we're going to do, we're going to take 3 levels in Hell Knight. Let me show you why. And again, we'll just make him good at religion and persuasion, basically, are the things he's going to focus on. Religion and persuasion. Improve his 2-weapon fighting. That's like mandatory, so he gets good buffs because the Gnome Hooked Hammer is a 2-weapon thing. Here we go. We're going to give him 1 more level in Hell Knight, and we're going to stop there, and you'll see why in a second. I think I might actually give him 1 more wisdom here, which gives him some better religion. It also gives him a bit more will save, which is useful. So I'm actually going to give him 1 wisdom, and I think after that we're just going to focus on dex, pretty much. So yeah, he's actually going to be pretty good at religion and persuasion. Excellent. We're going to make him better at fear. He's going to get bonus against fear. We really don't want him to get feared. And then we're going to give him fearsomeness. This is the reason really to take him to rank 3 Hell Knight, I think. When we use the persuade skill to cause a creature within 10 foot to become shaken, we can instead cause him to become frightened, which is a much stronger debuff. So that's what we're going to go with. Now, basically the way this works is there's a bunch of feats. If I go into bonus feats, in fact, actually, let me show it to you this way. We're going to go into armature for the reason that going into fighter armature, we're still building up his armor training. So he's still going to get better dex bonuses. It's going to reduce his penalty, essentially, for wearing heavy armor, which I think is actually really important. We want him to be good at that. He's going to be in really heavy armor, but he's still going to get a dex bonus, and that's how he's going to sort of stay alive. He's also going to get more bonuses on will saves against charm and compulsion, which is really, really nice. He can re-roll it, which is great. But yeah, and he's also going to get weapon training, where he's going to get bonus attack and damage on his gnome weapon as well, which is awesome. But we really want these bonus feats to unlock the ability to maximize this fearsomeness thing, right? So let's go into it. We need feats for that. He needs lots and lots of feats. Here we go. Crank those up. Fantastic. He needs feats for days. So here's what we need. So we need a whole bunch of stuff. Dazzling Display is what's going to push us towards a bunch of really good things. So Dazzling Display lets he can do a full round action. He can intimidate everyone. He can demoralize them, everyone in a 30-foot radius. It does use his full round, though. That's the thing. But this could be a good thing to do at the start of the fight to AoE debuff them. And again, instead of just making them demoralized, he's going to scare the crap out of them with his fearsomeness. And he's going to make them frightened, which is really good. It also opens up some really good stuff. So Dreadful Carnage, whenever he kills an enemy, he can demoralize everyone as a free action. Shatter Defenses. Whenever he attacks anyone that is shaken, frightened, or panicked, they will count as flat-footed to his attack. So they lose all of those bonuses to their AC. Makes it easier for him to hit. And again, the idea here is that he easily frightens people, and then he's going to just rip through their Shatter Defenses. So we need this Dazzling Display. Now he gets a bonus feat here as well, which is great. That's exactly what we need. And we're going to give him that Shatter Defenses. So he's going to just start absolutely wrecking dudes that are scared. We're going to give him another fighter level. And again, working up that persuasion skill is really important. And then we'll just fill out his lore stuff that he's already good at. That's fine. We could give him, I guess, even 3 mobility. So he could fight defensively if needs be. But I don't think that's going to be all that useful. He's never going to be very tanky with this build. He's going to be a massive damage dealer. Another level in fighter. I think this is actually our final level for now. And he's going to get bonus feats here, which is good because that's what we really, really need. So we're going to give him... I think we're going to give him Power Attack. Power Attack opens up a bunch of really good stuff, but specifically, a couple of things he really wants. Cornigan Smash. When you damage an opponent with Power Attack, you make a free persuasion attempt to demoralize them. So whenever he hits them with Power Attack, he'll get to demoralize them. And with Hell Knight, that's automatically going to make them be feared instead of just demoralized. So we're going to grab him Power Attack, and then we're going to get him the Cornigan Smash as well. Okay, and that's his levels done. Okay, and then we're going to go into this stuff. I am going to stick him with the Thundering Blows. I really like this, doing some free sonic damage and AoE whenever we miss. It's quite likely that we miss sometimes, so I think it's going to be solid. Mythic rank 2. We can give him, very important here, Weapon Finesse. Use your Dex modifier instead of your Strength modifier on damage rolls. So this is instead of like Slashing Grace or Piercing Grace that you can get on other characters. I don't think he can get them. I'm not sure, but this is basically going to give him that effect. So it should really up his damage. He's going to use his Dex bonus, and we're going to be cranking his Dex. He's going to use that for his damage roll. So he's going to hit way, way harder. Okay, next, I think we're going to give him Unrelenting Assault. Whenever he makes at least 1 melee attack, he gets a permanent damage boost. I think that's going to be pretty good. I was thinking we could also potentially give him some stuff later on. Like, there's something here that will, like, save him if he's going to die. Basically, we might do that. Is it emergency help? No, it's not that one. Last Stand. We might end up giving him Last Stand. Or then there's also things like Ever Ready, where his opportunity attacks become much more powerful. For now, we're going to give him Unrelenting Assault. He's just going to keep, whenever he makes a melee attack per round, he gets +2 damage, stacks up to +10, lasts to the end of combat. He's just going to be, he's a whirlwind of death. He's just going to be in there spinning that gnome hammer and going crazy. So that's what he's going to do. Then we are going to give him 2-weapon fighting mythic. The penalties on attack rolls for fighting with 2 weapons are reduced by 2. That's essential. You can see he's actually going to scale extremely hard with these mythic feats. We can give him weapon focus mythic, which is going to double the bonus for his weapon rolls. We give him weapon specialization mythic to, again, stack, give him mythic damage, mythic ranks as extra damage on his gnome hammer. We can give him power attack mythic. They're like probably the last 3 feats, whereas power attack bonus is going to be even stronger. So he's going to keep scaling like crazy up to the end of the game, but he needs 2-weapon fighting mythic. And there we go. That's Regil done. So basically now, this is our new Regil. Look at his damage in comparison. His damage is through the roof. Now, his chance to hit has gone down because he gets -3 from power attack. But we can sort of choose to turn that on or off. And again, he's going to get big bonuses because now he's going to be... he can even just do a dazzling display to fear them at the start. And yeah, whenever he actually hits with the power attack, he's going to freely intimidate them, which is going to fear them. He's got nice bonuses against fear. He's got some armor training. So actually his AC, he's getting his whole +4 dex bonus right now, which is nice. So yeah, it's basically the concept here. I think to keep him alive, we might end up doing like reduce person on him. So we make him smaller, increases his dex, increases his chance to hit, but does lower his damage. But he's hitting like a truck already, so he's going to be pretty good. Now you can see that his crits hit really hard, but he's very rarely going to crit, so he's not really focused around critting. That's not really his thing. We do need power attack on for the Cornican Smash, yeah, so we kind of want to just boost his attack, but yeah, whenever he actually lands hits, he's going to hit like a truck. He has multiple hits per round, and he's going to just start fearing people, which is a really nasty debuff. Then he's going to hit their, he's going to shatter their defenses, he's going to hit their flat-footed AC instead. It's going to be pretty good. And then moving forwards, I think the stuff we're going to look at for him, we could obviously give him armor focus, heavy armor for more AC if we wanted to. We can look at giving him things like blind fight can be good, where he won't be frustrated by concealed enemies. So that's quite useful. Enemies with like blur on them, stuff like that. That could be good. Yeah, all this sort of stuff. But he's not going to be defensive at all. Double slice is going to be huge. He's going to add his damage bonus to damage rolls with his offhand weapon. He's going to use finesse. He's going to use dex instead of strength. So yeah, that's really going to again up his damage tons. Dreadful Carnage, we can give him this as well with his bonus feats. All this stuff, and then we can start giving him improved critical, so he crits more. All that sort of stuff. We can give him toughness, so he'll have more HP to work with. Yeah, it's going to be pretty nice. So I think he's going to scale up, and he's basically going to be just a massive damage-dealing machine. He's going to do absolutely crazy damage. We can give him the improved and the greater 2-weapon fighting as well. Yeah, which is going to be pretty great. All that sort of stuff. Greater weapon focus, greater weapon spec, all this stuff. He's going to scale up really well. Again, he's going to be super, super squishy. He's going to be quite, well, not super squishy. He's going to be quite squishy. But he's going to do a ton of damage. Yeah, blind fight, I think blind fight could actually be quite important. It doesn't give us any stats on like the stat screen, but what it does give us is, yeah, there's a lot of enemies like the Vrox and stuff that do have blur. But yeah, this is like our new Regil. He's got pretty good persuasion because he's going to be trying to basically frighten everyone. He's actually using his frightening stuff, and yeah, so let's take a screenshot and hopefully this is working. So that's Regil. That's my concept with Regil. Next person. We are going to... Actually, hang on, cancel out of this for a second. I realized something. So what we did, we actually spent a feat. We spent a feat to give Daeran brew potions. I was looking through this stuff and I actually realized that our good old buddy old pal, it doesn't show him here, but our good old buddy, Mr. Lan, he actually comes with brew potions. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to respec it. We need to respec Lan to also use short bows, because he's using short bows now. We're giving our long bows to a Rochelet. So we want to respec Lan. Yeah, so he does that. He's going to be our team cook. And yeah, that's basically it. And short bows. So let's respec Lan. This is the idea. And he's just going to be a Zen Archer. So again, Zen Archers, they're I think he's also going to be a good cook because he gets his brew potion for free. And we can actually give him skill focus because I think his stats in cooking aren't actually that good. So we can actually give him skill focus because Zen Archer, they get some free archery feats. And also they don't need many shot. They don't need rapid shot. They get that stuff like by default with their whole like Zen Archer business. So yeah, so what's going on? So he's going to be Knowledge World. He's going to brew potions and he's going to cook for us. And he's also going to know about nature. I actually think this fits Lan pretty well. That, you know, he's been a mongrel living under the ground. He's going to cook us some delicious like moss coffees and stuff like that. Worm pies. And he knows about nature. I think that fits him really well. And yeah, all that sort of stuff. He's going to get Precise Shot as his Zen Archer for free. Way of the Bow short bow this time, which gives him weapon focus in the short bow. Great. Then we're going to go into level 2. Okay, we're going to get, again, just give him more knowledge about nature, more knowledge about the world, and we'll give him some perception as well. And that's basically going to be his thing. Deadly Aim, I hadn't been taking Deadly Aim, but Deadly Aim actually, I believe, does work with Zen Archer. But I think we'll get these at later levels. The penalty to attacking is still a little bit harsh. We'd rather just hit more often. So we're going to leave that for now. He's got lots of stuff he can get. But I'm actually going to go and I'm going to give him that, that skill focus in Knowledge World. So he's just going to go, it'll eventually be, well, when we're finished with the respec, he'll get an extra +6 to cooking us good food, giving us good stat buffs, making better potions. I think it's going to be worth it. He's going to get Point Blank Master in the short bow. Excellent. And then level 3. We're just going to keep going like this. We're going to increase his wisdom. Very nice. Again, keep his lore stuff going. So he's good at nature because of his wisdom and class skill and competence. And then world, he's not the best at it. It is a class skill. He doesn't really have much int at all. In fact, he's got none, but I think it's still worthwhile. And perception, he's going to be good at perception. It's a class skill. It's a competence. He's got wisdom. So yeah, that's basically what we're going with him. Going to give him bark skin, key power. Level 4. We're going to give him another level here. And again, just cranking up the same stuff. Straightforward enough. We could give him Deadly Aim here. Let me see. What else does he want? Oh, actually, no. We're going to give him Dazzling Display. We're going to give him Dazzling Display. Why are we giving him Dazzling Display? Very simple. The exact same reason as before is that we are going to basically move him into Shatter Defenses, which is going to allow him, if he hits someone that's shaken, frightened, or panicked, it's going to allow him to attack their flat-footed AC instead. Now, we are, in most of the hard fights, we're putting greater invis on him, which sort of gives him that effect. But in case we do run into enemies, which I suspect we will start to later in the game, that are going to have true seeing, they're going to see through invisibility and stuff like that. So I think Shatter Defenses, it just gives us another avenue to get those flat-footed attacks. I think it's going to be worth it. And again, he's got plenty of feats to spend on stuff. So I think it's going to be, I think it's decent. All right, we're going to put him into this stuff. And again, Lan before, I had him in that athletics and mobility. That's not going to be so important anymore because we have horse keks to do athletics. And we're going to respec, Seelah. You'll see, we're going to change Seelah to be focused on mobility. We'll see when we get there. We're going to get him in the True Strike, which I do need to use more often. And here he's going to get improved Precise Shot for free, which is lovely. Well, here we go. Another level into Zen Archers, keeping the same things going. Fantastic. Clustered shots for sure here. So yeah, it basically totals all of his damage before applying damage reduction. It's essential to make Archer work. Next level, we're going to, I think we'll give him another Dex. I think another Dex is probably worthwhile. It does give him a bit more reflex save. It gives him a bit more AC. I think it's worthwhile. I think it's probably worthwhile. And yeah, let's see how this goes. We'll give him Restoration, of course. The nice thing about this, basically, he's going to be very tanky. He has really good saves, because he's a Zen Archer, and he's a monk. He's going to have really good AC. He's going to be really fast. It's good. We could potentially send Lan. We could potentially give him some sort of sneak attack stuff. We could, like, slip him into something else for the final few levels. Like, towards the end here, he's going to get some bonus feats, and some more key powers, but I don't know how good those key powers are. I think, like, once we get him to level 16 and he gets Adamantine, we could spend, like, 17, 18, 19, 20. We could spend 4 levels in something to give him sneak attacks. We're playing on hard difficulty. We're playing on hard. Lan's been really good so far for us. We're definitely going to give him improved critical with the short bow. But basically, even just switching Lan's feats over from longbow to short bow is going to massively increase his value for us. Because, again, we had to give our longbows to a Ruchelet, and we didn't have a chance to properly respec Lan. So here we go. Over here, we get a bonus feat. I think we'll probably give him, just give him dodge. Dodge is nice, just an extra chance to dodge. Pretty nice. And yeah, just a bit more AC. And yeah, just keep it going. There we go. He's got lovely +20 in Knowledge World. He's good knowledge of nature as well. And his perception's not too shabby. Fantastic. So Lan's looking pretty solid. Here we could give him Deadly Aim. That might work. We want to probably turn it off. We could also give him like critical focus and get him some critical stuff. That could work too. But you can see we're already kind of free. We could also, you know, we can move him into other things like, oh, wait, did I not take Shatter Defenses? Oh, am I stupid? Oh, I didn't take Shatter Defenses. Oh, well, there we go. Shatter Defenses. Derp. That was the whole point of taking Dazzling Display. And then, oh, yeah, then we got the improved crit and stuff. Well, there we go. Bingo. And then Mythic rank. Here we go. We're going to give him the first one you want to get, I believe, is Ranging Shots, which gives you stacking attack bonuses if you miss. Then we are going to give him... I think we want to give him Point Blank Shot Mythic. Point Blank Shot Mythic is going to give him an extra +1 attack and +1 damage on all of his attacks when he's close to enemies, which he kind of will be. Point Blank Shot Mythic. At this level, we're going to get another really nice boost here. We're going to get Cleaving Shot. Whenever he crits, or whenever he kills something, he's going to do a free attack on like everything in a 10-foot radius, which is pretty awesome. So some nice bonus damage there. And yeah, I actually think that, you know, Flawless Attack could be kind of good too. Flawless Attacks could be kind of good on him, so we'll think about that. But we're going to give him Weapon Focus Mythic, I think, just to make him hit a bit more with that short bow. I think that's going to be fine for now. And yeah, there we go. That should be Lan done. And Lan, from where he was before, I probably should have taken a screenshot of him. I forgot. But he's way up into this. Look at this. He's got +20, +20, +20. 3 attacks at +20. His damage isn't, you know, super amazing. And bear in mind, when he's close to targets, he's going to get more bonus. Actually, I think when you respec them, it busts their gear. So let's just flip his gear on and off again. Just to make sure everything gets applied. All the bonuses. Again, we're still short on gear for a lot of people. Oh yeah, his Headband of Wisdom, that's going to help. There we go. Nice Headband of Wisdom. Agile Fists. Don't think it does really anything, but oh yeah, that's armor. But yeah, there we go. So that's Mr. Lan. So he's got decent AC, unbuffed. Cleaving Shot sounds stupid good. Yeah, it is. It is. But yeah, he's going to have good AC. He actually has really good touch AC. But yeah, he's just super tanky for a ranger. He's super tanky. He doesn't have armor, so we can slap mage armor on that. He's no buffs right now, but we can buff his armor even more. So he's actually going to be very tanky. He's got really solid saves. Very consistent to hit. Like, if we compare him to a Rushelay, she's up at 23. She's also very good. But yeah, like Lan's no slouch either. Lan is doing good too. When we give him another wisdom buff too, he'll get even stronger. So yeah, he's solid. He's actually doing 9 to 18. She's doing 5 to 12. So he's gonna crank out that damage. And again, he's just consistent at hitting. He's super fast as well, like 60 speed. You know, he's pretty great. So that's Lan. That's the theory with Lan. That's what he's up to. Okay, next up, let's do Seelah. I've been very happy with Seelah. Seelah and Horse, they're like probably my favorite party member. They're just great. And again, with Seelah, what do we want to do with her? We just want to keep her down Paladin. I just think it's phenomenal. When you consider that the whole game, do I have some kind of crazy short bow? For Lan? Oh, for Lan? To mention Lan. Okay, so for Lan, because he's a Zen archer, the damage that he does is actually just based off of his level, right? Because he's a Zen archer, so it's like he shoots his fists, basically. So he doesn't use Dex to attack. He uses Wisdom to attack. The damage that he does isn't based off of the bow. It's actually based off of his fists. So we cast Enlarge Person on Lan, and Lan starts doing more damage. Lan hits way harder because he's like shooting bigger fists, like magic fist arrows, basically. So yeah, short bow with Lan is actually identical to the longbow. There's no difference. There's no difference. So he has a composite short bow, and there's no difference between a longbow. And the point being that, yeah, we get good short bows. Who else is going to use all the good short bows in the game? No one else is going to use them. Give them to Lan. Lan gets to use the good short bows. And then the good longbows, they get to go to a Rushelay. So you don't have a Rushelay and Lan fighting over the good longbows. Lan just gets the short bows. She gets the longbows. They both get the best item that you have in each category. And there's no downside for Lan. Right, let's go with Seelah, though. Seelah. We want to keep her going as a paladin. We want to keep her going paladin. And she is going to be big into mobility. And she's going to also be our religion person. Now, she's not very good at religion. She gets a little bit of a bonus class skill and some wisdom. But it's going to be a little bit weak, unfortunately. But, you know, Social's also good at religion. But that's kind of it. We're going to struggle a bit on the religion, to be honest. Nubkeks is very good, but Nubkeks is no longer going to be good when I respec myself. But yes, she wants to be really into mobility because now that we know Seelah no trickery, nah, we're not going to have her be trickery. We've got a Rushalay for trickery, or Walja for trickery, or Kameli will have trickery, so Seelah doesn't need it. She doesn't need it anymore. She's not terrible at it, but she's not that great at skills anyway. Athletics is pretty good for her. Oh, sorry, that's because of her boots. She's got boots on that makes it really good. But yeah, more mobility and some persuasion, some knowledge religion, all that sort of stuff. Okay. We'll just put any extra points into persuasion. So the way we're going to build her is we're building her for horse keks. We're building her for mounted combat. Mounted combat. And this is why we are going to really focus her on mobility, because there's multiple feats here. So once per round when your mount is hit, you can attempt a mobility check to negate the hit. And then if you get a good mobility roll, it negates the opponent's attack roll. And she can do the same thing. There's another one later on that does the same thing for saving throws as well. Gonna give her mercy fatigue so she can remove fatigue. But we basically are gonna train her up to be the ultimate rider. Basically just a big old tank on the front lines, increase her charisma, just running around, tanking everything, being mobile. And yeah, that's essentially what she's gonna do. Pretty simple. And just being a support unit, essentially. Helping people lay on hands, protecting people with her aura of courage, protecting them with her aura of resolve, bonus against charm effects, bonus against fear effects, healing them up, smiting enemies with smite evil. She's going to, at level 11, which we just got to, she's going to get Mark of Justice, where she can spend 2 charges to give everyone the bonus of her smite evil against a target, and then curing things with her mercies as well. Yeah, and that's basically it. She's also immune to diseases, so she's going to be a big old supportive unit with a big old tanky horse. It's going to be cool. So that's sort of what we're going with her. We're going to give her not that. We're going to keep her going on the horse stuff. Indomitable mount. Once per round, when your mount fails a saving throw, you can make a mobility check, which can help them save it. So just, again, protecting the horse. Animal companion, horse. Let's go. Okay. Next level. Keep her going in paladin. She's just going to go paladin all the way. I just think it's such an appropriate thing for basically the story. We're going to have her remove diseases now. You know, you're fighting demons. Having her be a paladin on the front line. You know, you were crusaders fighting demons. Having a freaking paladin charging in the front lines on her horse, on her steed, is just, to me, that's just so awesome story-wise. I can't not build her this way. And I have to, you know me. I love my horse. I love my horse. So I think we're good. Oh yeah, mounted shield is then the next thing we want. We add her shield bonus, including bonus from shield focus, to the mount's AC. And she actually comes with shield focus at level 1. Right, so she's now going to add her shield bonus to the mount's AC as well. So she's protecting the mount with bonus AC from her shield and her shield focus. And she's got mobility skill so that whenever the mount does get hit or fails a saving throw, she can actually help him out. And yeah, that's sort of the concept of this build. It's just super tanky mount. Here, I'm actually not sure. Like, lore religion could be nice. Bit of dex. You know, actually, we'll go with dex with her. We'll give her some dex. It does give her a bit more AC, which could be useful. More initiative, actually very nice. And then the reflex saving throw, a bonus to mobility, bonus combat maneuver. I think actually the defensive benefits of that are just worth it. So we're definitely going to grab that, actually, now I think about it. Gets her Aura of Resolve, lovely. Next level. If I got rid of Horse Keks, chat would riot. 100%. Horse Keks is the true main character of this story. We're going to level him up next. I've got a new build for Horse Keks as well. It's going to be kind of funny. Okay, now on top of this, what are we going for at this level? This is where it gets even more fun. Skill focus in mobility. So she's going to get an extra +6 on mobility. And then we're going to help her remove confused, because there's so many enemies that cause confusion and it's terrible. Give her another rank here, paladin. Look at this. So she's going to actually go even higher now. So her mobility is going to be nutty good. Excellent persuasion. Gets a bunch of cool spells. And yeah, here we go. Look at this. She's up to 23 mobility. Pretty great. Pretty great. Okay. At this point, now this is the point where it opens up more. We've basically got all the super tanky horse stuff. So she's got all the super tanky horse stuff. So now it's more of a question of like, where do we want to go with it? It's definitely a lot more open. More lay on hands could be okay. But most likely we're going to sort of focus in on weapon stuff. Sorry, I just might need to answer the phone. We could move her into things like power attack, and have her, because she's got good charisma, she's got okay persuasion. We could also move her into doing some of that debuffing stuff, and I actually think that's where I'm going to go with it. Warrior Priest could also be okay, some bonus initiative and some concentration. It's not too bad, or just improving her initiative could be useful too. But again, for me, I think that you could reasonably here as well. You could focus her on like a big two-handed weapon. She's on the mount. But I like the idea that she's got her sword and shield. Is that really traditional paladin? Sword and shield. The shield to protect the mount. I've also seen some people build her to like dual wield. She doesn't need Boon Companion. It doesn't do anything. So Boon Companion basically makes your... it levels up your companion if you're multi-classing. But Horsekeks is the same level as her. So yeah. It will basically treat your animal companion as being a higher level. It basically gives them +4 to their level, but it's capped at your max. But if we want to multi-class, then yeah, we'd need it. But yeah, so you could send her to Shield Bash. To me, though, that's kind of silly. Like, just from a lore perspective, I'm sure it's probably extremely effective. We might go to that in the end of the game just to be as effective as possible. But to me, it just seems kind of dumb that you're on a horse. Like, you're not going to shield bash effectively from a horse. That just doesn't make sense. We're going to give her weapon focus longsword. Again, it's not actually that useful for us right now, but I just like the idea. And I really like the idea that I think the sword Radiance, it's just like, it's made for Seelah, right? And I've heard it gets really strong later on. So we're basically gonna preemptively prepare her for using Radiance, though it's not very good right now. So that's sort of an investment in the future, which I think is fine. Now, for her here, we are going to get her, of course, the Mythical Beast. Animal Companion is going to get bonuses to his stats equal to half her Mythic rank +1, and it will let him ignore damage reduction, which is fantastic. So we've got to get that for Horsekeks. Then we're going to give her... where is it? Shield Focus Mythic. That's also going to be pretty good. It will help boost her touch AC. So I think that is decently okay. We could also give her, like... we could also give her skill focus in the thing. That could be alright. We give her like Mythic Resolve. But I think Shield Focus Mythic is going to be fine. Just protect her from more spells and stuff like that whenever she does get hit. In fact, if she ever falls off the mount, she's going to be pretty strong as it is. I'm going to give her Thundering Blows. She actually isn't very good at hitting stuff. She's not super good at hitting stuff. So Thundering Blows actually gives her pretty consistent output of damage in AoE whenever she misses. And then here... we are going to give her... oh, I don't remember what I was going to give her here. I've actually forgotten. Weapon Focus Mythic could be okay. For the longsword stuff, that could be fine. We could also give her Mythic Ability. Again, this is somewhat open. I guess we'll give her the Weapon Focus Mythic for now and longsword. And we got to try get her a good longsword. But yeah, so that's basically Seelah. If we look at her, we'll probably want to swap her to longsword, actually. Let me actually slot Radiance in so we see it for now. And let's just reapply her armor, because again, it bugs out. There we go. I think shield needs to be reapplied as well. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And then we just put it back on. She's got a Belt of Giant Strength. She has some natural armor. Make her tanky. She's got bonus on mobility skill checks, which is very nice. And she can actually use her Signet of House Vespertilo as well to give her +5 skill checks as well, which is kind of hilarious. Righteous Crusader's Ring is awesome. This gives extra bonuses to Smite Evil. Ring of Protection helps to Smite Evil some as well. She's got this thingy as well, the Aradon's Wrath, which gives her Sacred bonus and do extra divine damage as well, which is pretty sick. So nice bonuses there. Some of these for defenses. And she's got her Headband of Mental Flow, which gives her some instance and charisma. We need to get her something with more charisma, but I don't have it right now. But yeah, we need to give her more charisma, basically. But that's Seelah. So she's actually pretty decently tanky herself. She's pretty tanky. And again, that's without buffs. Her touch AC... Did I not give her the thing so her shield applies to touch AC? I thought I did. Maybe it's a little bugged right now. But she should be getting bonuses to touch AC. This shouldn't be that low. Her saves are incredible. Her chance to hit's actually not bad because of her weapon focus. So she's actually got pretty good chance to hit. She doesn't do a massive ton of damage, but she should be solid enough. Hang on. I might have to check my phone in a second here. We might have to take a short break. But yeah, that's Seelah. So I think she's looking pretty solid. Oh, we need to do Horsekeks now, of course. That's the other half of Seelah. Horsekeks, the horse. We're going to make him a bulwark. Tanky horse. He's going to get free. He's going to get damage reduction, which is really nice. So free damage reduction. And he's going to get free medium barding as well. So he's going to be a nice tanky horse. He's going to just do athletics and I guess mobility. Yeah, I think athletics and mobility for him is pretty good. Can't complain about that. And we're going to make him the tankiest boy that ever did tank, which is kind of funny. So we're actually going to turn him into a monk. We're going to make him a horse monk, which I think is hilarious. So we're going to give him dodge. We're going to give him dodge. Horsekeks. He's going to become a monk. Amazing. Here he goes. Okay, let's keep leveling this guy up. Next level. And yeah, just the athletics, mobility. He's good at them. Athletics, mobility. Great. So what does he need for crane style? Let me just double check that. So for crane style, he needs one more intelligence. He needs improved unarmed strike. So we'll have to get him those things. So let's get him the improved unarmed strike. Oh, actually, I think he needs intelligence for improved unarmed strike, doesn't he? Yeah, I actually think he does. So combat reflexes could be kind of nice. Helps him get bonus against opportunity attacks. That's pretty useful too. But let's get him maybe toughness. Toughness is pretty good as well. Gives him a bunch more hit points. I do like that. Let's give him toughness first. Make him just big old tanky tank, which is good with his damage reduction. He needs an extra intelligence. There we go. Give him those. We could actually make him a stealth horse. That could be kind of fun. But yeah. Excellent. Okay, now he should be smart enough to learn how to put... He's actually... He could mount himself. I actually wonder, could you make your horse, like, I don't know, mount a dragon or something? Have your mount riding a mount on a mount? Improved unarmed strike. This is just to unlock other feats. To make him as tanky as possible. He'll be the tankiest horse that ever did tank. Yes, he will. Okay, now he can get crane style. So whenever he is fighting defensively, it limits... fighting defensively basically gives you big penalties to your attack rolls. I think -4. This reduces it to only a -2 penalty. And it gives him, I think, an extra... I think by default, fighting defensively gives you +2 dodge AC. With 3 mobility, it gives you +3. With crane style, it gives you +4. So he's going to get +4 AC fighting defensively at the cost of -2 attack, which most of the time will be worth it. Now we can give him... Let's give him another bit of con, which gives him... Yeah, it just gives him a lot more hit points, which is nice. Get some of this. Excellent. Okay. More of these. Alright, we're going to give him crane wing, probably. Does crane wing work? I don't know if crane wing works. I think it does. I think crane wing works. Which will basically, when he has a hand free, I mean, he does have a hand free, he's going to get +4 dodge bonus against melee attacks. Seems pretty worthwhile as well. Stupid dodge. Outflank. So we don't need outflank. Again, bear in mind, the reason that I'm not giving anyone outflank because as an Azata, we can take a superpower that will automatically give outflank to everyone. So we don't need it on anyone else. Now, again, if I was building these characters without Azata, you absolutely would take outflank on every single melee, no question. Let's give him crane wing for more dodge bonus. Horsekeks refuses to be hit. Is it really a hand free when you've no hands? I think so. And he's also an athletics beast, which is hilarious. And now I think we'll actually give him the old weapon focus with his bite attack, just so he gets an extra +1 to hit. Sort of slowly adds up so he can actually hit a bit more frequently. Let's actually equip him with some stuff. So he needs his barding. He needs his Hadband of Intelligence. He needs Mighty Constitution on his belt. He's got extra saving throws against compulsion and disease. Horse will not turn against us. Whenever he crits with his natural weapons, he will do some extra damage. He doesn't crit very often, but... Oh, actually, Belt of Physical Flow. Is that what he had? I don't remember now. Who had Belt of Physical Flow? Now I don't remember. Agile Fists gives him much needed bonus to attack. Helmet of Camaraderie gives him extra AC whenever he's near someone, and he's always near Seelah. So that's a nice little boost there. So this is Dex and Strength. I probably did have this on him. So Strength and Dex. But yeah, this is Horsekek. So he has, again, really good Fortitude and Reflex save. His Will save is terrible, but Seelah can hopefully help him survive that. He's got decent chance to attack. He does decent damage. If we actually go into his character on Marshall, he also has like plus 17 to attack with his hooves, which also do pretty decent damage. His AC, just starting off, he actually has 32 AC already, which is not too bad. And then bear in mind that whenever Seelah's on top of him, Seelah gives him even more AC with her shield, and then Seelah's mobility is protecting him. He has damage reduction. He has 13 damage reduction as well. So he's really tanky. So yeah, that's like Horsekeks. That's his deal. That's what he's up to. And he'll get bonus AC from this. So, and then again, also buffs to his AC too. So yeah. We shall see it. Oh, and I haven't even turned fighting defensively on. When we turn fighting defensively on with his crane feats, he's going to get like another +4. So he's going to be like a mega tank while also hitting decently well and just sort of ferrying Seelah around to do her defensive stuff. So that's pretty cool. Actually, while we're here, we should do a spell book for Seelah to finish off her stuff. So at level 1, we're going to give her a Veil of Heaven, and we will give her a couple of Unbreakable Hearts. This is quite useful. Unbreakable Heart I really like on this difficulty. On hard, it gives you +4 morale bonus against mind affecting things, and it also suppresses those effects as well. So, you know, against confusion, fear, all that sort of bad stuff, she can basically cast this Unbreakable Heart and free them. So like if Horsekeks gets confused, she can cast Unbreakable Heart on him and take him back. Bring him back. Come back, Horsekeks. Come back to us. We're going to give her a couple of Bestow Graces as well, which is mostly for her. She can give a target bonus, sacred bonus on saving throws equal to charisma, their charisma, which is insanely good. And we are going to be rebuilding Nubkeks to have decent charisma. Well, okay charisma. And she has really good charisma. So yeah, it just gives them really good bonuses to saving throws, which is kind of amazing. We can, oh, that's right. We can also lay on hands to remove confusion. That's very true. Then what we're actually going to give her Delay Poison Communal. She's going to be, I think, our source of Delay Poison Communal. She's going to give that to our team. We could also give her Angelic Aspect, which gives her some resistances and damage reduction. Deflection bonus to AC, resistance bonus on saves. That's pretty good. Her weapons are also good aligned. Yeah, I think we'll give her 1 Angelic Aspect, and presumably 1 Delay Poison Communal will be enough. I think so. Lasts for an hour. And then Angelic Aspect is nice for her. Yeah, I mean, Prayer could also work okay, though, again, she only has DC. She's not going to be able to really do any offensive casting. Resist Energy Communal is pretty good, too. But yeah. All the people with high charisma. Exactly. That's the point, dude. That's the point. We are the high charisma team. We are here to tell you about the powers of truth and love and the beauty of the world. That's our goal. Okay, great. So that is her done. Let me just check my phone here, because I think I got a message. It might be important. Hang on. I got a voicemail from my dad. Let me just check there's nothing important. We'll keep going here while this is happening. Let me mute myself real fast. Okay. I was like, why is my dad calling me in the middle of the day and leaving a voicemail? Like, has something bad happened? What has happened? Oh, save the game. That's a good call. He pocket dialed me and left me a pocket voicemail. I was worried. I was like, shit, what's gone wrong? What has happened to somebody? Right. Who else what's next? So we've done Seelah. We've done Horsekeks. Again, Horsekeks is also like... He's basically like a big old shield for Seelah. Like, Seelah with Horsekeks, they're just going to be tanking like machines on the front line. They're a big old tanky horse and tanky paladin wall to stop them getting to our backline. We've done Lan. Arushale is really good too. We need to respec Daeran. My friend Daeran. Now, this one, I actually got the idea for Daeran. This is actually... I was looking up a whole bunch of stuff online, and we're actually going to go pretty much with the Neo Seeker build. They had some really good builds on Neo Seeker that I thought were really nice for this. I'm actually going to give him +1 con straight away for some extra HP. I think I do like that. It's good to have. Strength could be somewhat tempting because his strength is terrible, just so he doesn't keep getting weighed down by weapons, but we kind of want to just boost his charisma like nuts as well. So Daeran previously was our knowledge world person, and he's not bad at it. Class skill, he's got emissary too. But for him, what am I doing with him? Ooh, what did I decide to do with him? Can't remember. Maybe I will keep him on knowledge world because he's so good at it. So what's he gonna do in the camp? In the camp, he will... Seelah's gonna do religion. Daeran's no longer cooking. Daeran's just kind of there, to be honest. He's like extra. We could give him some perception, but he's not very good at it. Persuasion, he's good at persuasion. We could give him... We might as well give him some knowledge world anyway, because he's so good at it. And I'll give him some use magic device as well with his charisma bonus. Oh, I think that I remember the Neo Seeker build. It just had to give him persuasion because he's extremely good with it. You gave Daeran an animal companion. I do like that idea, but it's... I like it, but I don't know. I like it, but I don't know if I love it. Okay, we're going to give him Bone Shaker. So we're going to give him a second mystery, and I thought this is such an interesting idea. We'll give him a second mystery of bones, and their build is actually suggesting we could have him be a bit of a better offensive caster, which actually sounds super fun to me. So I do want to try that out. Let me just double check, because he's going to get some spells automatically. We don't want to take them. He actually gets a lot of spells automatically, like Cure Moderate Wounds, that you don't want to take. Okay, he actually does need to take Bone Shaker, so we'll grab him Bone Shaker. But the idea is basically, with their build, that you basically give him a bunch of focuses into Evocation for his Evocation spells, which do holy damage, and then you give him the expanded spellbook arsenal of Necromancy, and make him really good with Necromancy spells too, which I think actually sounds really cool. Knowledge Arcana is handled by pretty much everyone else. You take some of this. We could give him Perception, but his Perception is not great. He might end up being like just a bad perceiver in base camp. That could happen. I'll give him use magic device so he can use wands and such if we want him to. For him, we're going to give him all the spell pen stuff, basically. All the spell penetration in the world. Then at level 1, I do want him to have remove fear. That's important to have. Good buff. Level 2, he is going to get... We have to be a little bit picky here because this is like all he ever gets. Protection from Alignment Communal, one of my favorites, actually. Really like that. Level 6. Again, we'll just keep him going on the same sort of stuff. Again, I feel like you're quite free with what to do with him. He is pretty good at World, so you could spend the feat like I had to make him like be your cook. But here, Animate Dead is one of our favorite spells. We're actually going to give him something that gives him that for free, though, so we don't need it. But he can actually get Magical Vestment, which is going to add a huge buff to our team that has been missing. It lasts for it's basically permanent, 1 hour per level, but it gives them a +1 bonus per 4 caster levels onto armor or shields. This is insane. So this is going to really help our people stay tankier. We can boost their armor, make their armor give them bigger buffs. That's so good. So that will help Regil stay alive. I think we can probably do it on the horse barding for Horsekeks. It's going to be great. So yeah, that's, I think, a nice addition. I'm really happy with that. We're going to give him even more spell pen, greater spell pen. All the penetration. We are going to give him enhanced cures to make his cures stronger. One thing that really... It doesn't stack with mage armor. No, I think it does. I think it empowers the bonus on them. Magical Vestments. So imbues a suit of armor with an enhancement bonus up to +5. It gives a bigger buff. So you can't obviously cast this on someone with mage armor because they're not wearing armor if they've got mage armor. But for people that do have armor, it should make it stronger. Mostly. I think... I don't know if it stacks at their existing bonus. We'll find out, though. But I think it should be good. We're going to give him Unbreakable Heart as well. That's going to be really, really nice. I'm actually really happy with that. So he can actually save people from being mind-controlled and stuff, which is going to be huge in this run. Remove Paralysis might actually be worth taking as well. We might end up with Remove Paralysis. Oh, I also saw them saying Arrow of Law. Arrow of Law could actually be pretty good. So Arrow of Law is an evocation spell, and he's going to be pretty good with evocation. They can partially save it with Will, and it actually targets their touch. So it is a ranged touch attack. They'll take damage for 2 caster levels. Chaotic Outsiders take more and can be dazed. Will save half the damage. So this might be okay. The downside is that he doesn't have like precise shot or anything like that. So because it's a touch attack, he's going to be pretty... it's good opener move, but he's going to be pretty inaccurate with it. So we could potentially take something like a line weapon instead. But yeah. I should pick second mystery first. Oh, really? Hang on, let me exit out. Okay, so let's go into his mythic rank. Let's do that. So this is the second mystery. Second mystery, we're going to give him Bones. Second mystery, Bones, which is going to give him a bunch of spells for free. He's going to get free Cause Fear. He's going to get free False Life, which is nice. Give him a bunch more HP so he won't get killed that easily. Animate Dead for free, which is great. He can Cause Fear for free. Slay Living. Circle of Death. Create Undead. This one seems good. He can summon a Grave Knight or Guardian Armor, which seems really cool. Hard Writhing and then Wail of the Banshee. Screeching stuff. Kill enemies that hear it. So get some kind of nutty stuff. But yeah, we'll give him that. So will this actually change something? I don't know if this will change anything. Let's see. Keep him going on the same stuff here. What's it that he would be able to get? Greater Spell Pen. I still want Greater Spell Pen. Oh, good call. He gets different stuff. You can conjure Armor of Bones. Gives you a +4 armor bonus. 7th level, every 4 levels thereafter. Bonus increases by +2. Oh. Give some damage reduction bludgeoning. You can use this shield for 1 hour per day. So he doesn't need armor anymore with this. It's Death's Touch. Near Death. Insight bonus on saves against diseases, mind affecting stuff. Sleep effects and stunning. That's pretty good too. Resist life. Your tree is an undead creature. Oh no. No. Unleash your raid cause the target to gain negative levels. Yo, let's get him Armor of Bones. That sounds sick. And now he doesn't need to wear armor. That's great. Okay, I like it. Unbreakable Heart. Here we'll give him... I'm actually leaning towards the Remove Paralysis. And then level 3, we're not going to give him Delay Poison Communal. We're going to let Seelah do that instead, which is going to free him up to cast some more stuff. Resist Energy Communal, I think is pretty good. That will give us some bonuses. We're going to use that quite often. Level 3, bear in mind that he can spam Animate Dead. He also has the Magical Vestment buffs. So, and Cure Serious. So he's got some good stuff happening at level 3 already. Yes, he does. Okay, and he's got a Spell Pen. Cool. Jim, you're clarifying that... Yeah, so the enhanced armor stuff, it doesn't stack with the existing armor bonuses. Yeah, but like if we're in like +3 armor right now, he can increase to +5. That's an extra 2. That's pretty good. I'm tempted to give him another bit of strength. Just so he won't be... Actually, you know what? No, he doesn't need it, because now he's got his bone armor. He doesn't even need to wear armor. Oh, he's sorted. Great. Intelligence doesn't really give us anything useful. Give him more charisma. That's fantastic. More of this. He's so charismatic. Okay, and then here, this is where we're going to get a little spicy. So at level 4... we're going to give him Holy Smite. So he's actually going to be able to do some offensive spellcast now. Holy Smite will only damage evil stuff. It can also blind them. Will Throw reduces the damage by half, but it still does take effect. So I think it's going to be pretty nice. And I think just sort of fun. Have him be a bit more offensive. Which I'm interested to try and see how that works, rather than just healing and spamming summons constantly. Which you'll still probably do most of the time. Okay, anyway, so I got him all of his... Yeah, I got him all that stuff. That's good. We're going to give him Spell Focus Evocation now. Spell Focus and Evocation. +1 DC for all his Evocation spells. I guess we might as well give him the Arrow of Law. Because the buff spells are a lot less useful now, I feel. Arrow of Law could be kind of okay. Let's give it a go. Okay, and then at this level, we'll give him Archon's Aura, actually. So he's going to emit an aura that will give penalties to attack rolls, saving throws, and AC on anything he goes near. And this is an evocation spell, and he has Spell Pen, so it's actually going to be useful for him now. Actually not terrible. He should be careful. He could smite himself with that spell. He can smite himself with that spell, which is very funny. Very funny. Okay, level 4. We do want to get protection from Energy Communal. That's actually really important. Especially with where we are with the Zata, with the sonic protection, the fire protection. It's just, to me, that's so valuable. I want to make sure we have that on us all the time. Just too good not to have. For Oracle then, another Oracle. Again, just keep giving them the same stuff. Okay, and here we go. This is the next level of stuff. Profane Nimbus, no. Raise Dead is possible. We could maybe try to cheese it and not use it, though. Your height doubles. He's got some pretty cool stuff here, and he's going to get a bunch of stuff for free, too. I think we'll just give him Flame Strike. It is a fire attack, so it's not super useful. Or we could just give him Bone Shatter. I'll give him Bone Shatter. Fortitude. Yeah, we'll give him Bone Shatter, Necromancy attack. I'm just double checking. He doesn't get that. No, he doesn't get that by default. We're good. Okay, good. So I'm pretty sure he doesn't. We can actually double check if I choose something else. If I choose like Constricting Coils, for example. Yeah, no, okay, he wouldn't get it for free. So give him Bone Shatter for now. And then next level, we will give him... Greater Spell Focus and Evocation. And here, I think we will actually give him the Enhanced Cures, make his cures stronger when he does heal with Cure. That'll be fine. Here, Align Weapon, maybe. Aid, maybe. Blessing of Luck and Resolve, +2. Morale bonus against this. Maybe this, +2 morale bonus against saving against fear and death effects. I think that could be pretty alright. The stat buffs are kind of turning out to be less useful now we're actually getting weapons. So I'll give him this. The bonus against death effects is kind of nice, so I think we'll grab it. Hey Onyx, by the way, if I didn't say hi. Welcome, welcome. Level 3. Again, he can kind of go for a lot of stuff. This one is touch range, so I don't want him to do anything with touch range. He'd just die, which would be bad. Dying, not good. Prayer is an enchantment, so the offensive effect is not going to be that good because his enchantment skill's not the best. It's not terrible, but this is a very intense level. Searing Light for damage, again, probably not. He's going to have Animate Dead, which is probably more useful. So we probably want something that's a bit more situational, like Remove Blindness actually could be pretty nice to get. Just remove Blindness, remove Curse, maybe. Stuff that's a bit harder to remove. We'll get him that stuff. Level 4. Ooh, I never got Death Ward. Whoops. Let's get him Death Ward. Awkward. Right, he's got Death Ward now. That was close. He'll probably spam Animate Dead. Yeah, that's it. So if we look at his spellbook right now, well, 0, it doesn't really matter. Level 1 is kind of like buffing stuff. So he can put on Bless. He can remove Fear. He's got a few little cheap heals, which are better thanks to his Enhanced Cures. So that's not bad. He can cause Fear, which is maybe okay. Remove Sickness is useful. Unbreakable Heart's great. Shield of Faith. So he's got decent stuff at 1. Level 2, he can do the Bone Shakers. Arrow of Law if we really need to hit touch AC. False Life to buff himself. Restoration Lesser. Remove Paralysis Protection. Like, all of these spells are amazing. Animate Dead, Archon's Aura. The Magical Vestments resist energy. Remove Blindness. Level 4, Death Ward. Restoration, Protection from Energy. Holy Smite. Like, he's got great spells. I'm really happy with this spell book. He's got Breath of Life for the heal. He's got Cure Light Wounds. Mass. Slay Living. This is a new one. A DC 21. You can attempt to slay one living creature, which is hilarious. He has to touch them, though. Melee touch attack, and the target will take 12d6 plus 1 cast level points of damage. If their saving throw... Yeah, but the subject might die from damage even if it succeeds the saving throw. That seems hilarious. I don't know if he'll ever really use it, but he's got it. And then Bone Shatter is a close range thing, which is a bit better. Just does some damage. It also exhausts them, too, which is pretty cool. Oh, wait, Magic Vestments does stack with everything in this game? It's a bug? Oh, that seems really OP if that's true. What would you want to get here? So I actually did not like Break Enchantment, because it just removes all of our buffs. If this removed only negative things, it'd be great. Which is sort of weird, because it does say it frees victims from enchantments, transmutations, and curses. The issue that we ran into was that it was just removing our own buffs. I was like, they're not victims of their buffs. That's a good thing, so I don't know about that. So yeah, maybe just give him some Flame Strike, just with his evocation. That could be decent. Erase Dead's also pretty good. Inflict Light Wounds Mass could be kind of nice as well. Bunch of negative damage. That could be good. Though he doesn't have his... He doesn't have his bonuses to Necromancy yet. But maybe we could give him that early. Let me see. Yeah, inflict Light Wounds Mass. You know what? Let's give him the Inflict Light Wounds Mass. That seems decent. I don't know if he'll ever use it much, but it's pretty cool. Okay, then it finishes Mythic ranks. So, we want to give him Mythic Channel. 100% Charisma bonus on his Mythic Channeling is just unbelievably good. That's +6 healing, +6 damage. It's insane. We want to give him Abundant Casting. And we also want to give him early Improved Abundant Casting. That's actually crucial. But in advance... Where is the thing? Is it a feat? Oh, it might be a feat. Is it a feat? Oh yeah, Expanded Arsenal. We're gonna, I honestly think we'll have to just wait until level 6. At level 6, we can get him Expanded Arsenal, which will give him Spell Focus. And we can give him an Expanded Arsenal in Necromancy, and that will up those effectiveness. But I think for right now, he really does want, he really wants the Improved Abundant Casting. It's just so valuable for him. We can't not take it right now. He'd be too weak if we didn't. So yeah, this is our new Daeran then. So our new Daeran. Actually, let's change his gear just so he has his gear on properly. It's a terrible necklace. So he actually doesn't need this armor anymore. Yoink. You can have Armor of Bones. It actually looks like you're wearing bones. So that actually is quite appropriate. Strength and Con. Actually, he doesn't even need the strength anymore, does he? You just give him Mighty Con. You don't need your strength. Does strength give him Fortitude save throw, though? No. Grand. He's fine. Mighty Con. He's got his Gloves of the Ambassador. He's got his Boots of Free Reign. Which means, basically, these give him freedom of movement, which stops him being staggered at the start of combat, which he is automatically. Ring of the Procrastinator protects him in round 1. He's got Ring of Protection +1, because I have nothing better. He's got bonus to his Persuade. And here's where this also gets good. Whenever he channels energy to heal, he gets a bonus to Persuasion, which probably doesn't do anything. But it increases the DC of his spells of Compulsion. That might have some use, maybe, if he has any Compulsion, Invocation spells, or Necromancy. I don't know if he does. He can also daze when he channels energy to damage, which is pretty solid. Whenever we start fighting undead again, he's gonna kick their butt. Give him his nice necklacey thing. Clear Purpose. You can cast stuff and gain a concentration check on healing spells. And then he's got a bow, because why not? Actually, could I give him a heavy crossbow now? Yeah, I could give him a heavy crossbow. Sure. But yeah, he's actually much lighter now, which is great. What's this do? Yeah, more force damage. Freedom of Movement's always been rated as a high priority buff. Yeah, it's super good. But yeah, so this is Daeran. So obviously he's got terrible defenses, but he can put on his bone armor now, which is nice, which helps his terrible strength. So that's a good perk. He now has some really good spells too. So he's got 12 uses of this level 1 stuff, which has some nice little buffs in there. Nothing too special. 12 uses of level 2, which has some great stuff like the Bone Shakers. protection from alignment. He can give himself a false life, restoration, removing paralysis. Level 3, he's got 11 uses, so he can still do his animate dead. They're just trash, but we've seen how valuable they are. We've seen how valuable they are to just distract the enemy. His Archon's Aura now has DC 21, so Archon's Aura actually kind of useful now, which is a nice debuff on the enemy. He's much better at it compared to, if we look at Seelah, for example. Seelah has DC 17. He can do it with DC 21, so he's much, much better at it. Magical Vestment, I think, is a wonderful buff that we were missing. That's really going to help. Removing blindness, resist energy is fine. Protection from energy, death wards here. We can try his Holy Smiting. DC 22. You know, like a DC 22 AoE hits evil creatures. He's caster level 11, so he'll do 10d6 versus evil outsiders. Like, pretty good. And he can also blind them, which is pretty nice. And it'll still do damage even if they save it. So that should be kind of good. He's got his Restoration here and Death Ward. It's a pretty, with Death Ward and Restoration, Protection from Energy. He's not going to do that many Holy Smites, but it's solid enough. And then, yeah, level 5, he's got his Bone Shatter with DC 21. Inflict Life Wounds Mass, DC 21. This stuff will get a lot stronger when we get his expanded Necromancy stuff. And he's got his Breath of Life, Cure Light Wounds Mass, Slay Living. So yeah, it's kind of just a bunch of extra channels, which will let him kind of channel offensively more. That's Daeran, so he's doing pretty good, I think. He's doing pretty solid. Pretty happy with it. Yep, that's him. Okay, so we have done Seelah. Ivu obviously doesn't get re-rolled. Seelah is done. Lan is done. Arushale is actually just fine the way she is. I feel like she has less now. I don't know what happened there. Save the game, yeah. I feel like, did she not have 3 slots here before? Was that a bug? Because she has 2 here. Why does she only have 2 slots here? I feel like she had 3 before. No? Did I change something with her? Or did they change the balancing? Because that's kind of weird. I almost certain I remember her having 3 Sense Vitals. Kind of weird. Alright, Daeran's done. Nenio, we're not going to respec because it will break her wizard stuff. Oh, did she have an item on that was... Oh, she might have had gloves that gave her extra cast or something. Because I gave her these big game gloves where she can announce a quarry, which is a new thing she can do now. She has her bracers of archery. Turbo ring. Or maybe she had something here. It doesn't really matter. Oh, she had a charisma headband that gave her more casts? Oh, maybe. Yeah, now she's got bonus initiative. Which I'm actually not sure if it matters that much. Because she's going to be mostly targeting flat-footed anyway. Vast intelligence. Yeah, we don't really have a good headband for her. But yeah, we're good with them. We need to do Camellia. Waljif is good, actually. I think Waljif is good the way he is. He's got his blind fight stuff, sneak attacker, improved crit dagger, weapon focus dagger, double slice, 2-weapon fighting. Waljif's actually pretty good the way he is. We could obviously up his attack a bit more. His attack stuff is a little bit low, so we could look at that. She's doing great too. I'm really happy with her. So she's got her point blank shot, precise shot, which she came with. So she's going to be our ray caster, like our caster that targets touch attack, touch AC. Spell pen, greater spell pen, arcane focus for even more, bonus against spell resistance, and then elemental focus fire. We can give her then spell focus, evocation, and she'll basically be blasting fire spells like there's no tomorrow. Ascendant element fire, abundant casting, improved abundant casting, spell pen mythic. So she's doing great the way she is. She's good. She's good. What she got? Crossbow of Judgment. Actually, I think there might be a good dagger we can get. Actually, I think this was something I was looking at. I've got this dagger, which gives you +1 from all your evocation stuff. So we can actually give that to her. That's what I'm thinking. You, instead of a crossbow, you can just go in with a dagger. +1 on all your evocation stuff. Like, she doesn't need anything else, right? So that's pretty nice. Pretty good. She does need this, though. All your fire spells do an additional 2d6 on holy damage. Yes. Yeah, she needs charisma as well, doesn't she? I don't have anything else that gives charisma. Give her some int for now. For sake of having something. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is insane. All her fire spells would do an additional 2d6 on holy damage. And then check out this ring. Whenever you do fire damage, They do an additional 1d6 plus 5 fire damage and get a +2 bonus to overcome spell resistance. And she gets fire spells for free. She's got Fire Snake. She has nothing at these levels yet. She has Burning Arc, Scorching Ray, like Burning Hands. Like, she's going to be monstrous. I'm telling you. She's going to be insane. Did it say you're immune to fire damage? Yep. You can cover yourself in an invisible corrupted fire. Under its effects, all your fire spells do an additional 2d6 unholy damage, and you become immune to fire damage but gain weakness to cold and holy. Yeah. And then she's got bonuses to Hex. We kind of just lack gear stuff for her, but I mean, Ember is going to come into our party soon and destroy everything. It's going to be great. Social, he's just chilling. He's fine. We're not planning on using him for a little bit, unfortunately. We've redone Regil. He's now much stronger. This guy, we're going to bring him with us. That was actually a suggestion. People are saying to go do his quest early and that we get some really good bonuses. Buy Salamander. Yeah, I'm going to buy the Salamander ring. I don't quite have enough money yet, but that's the thing. We can get a Salamander ring, which gives her, like, Fireball, Controlled Fireball. So that will fill out some fire spells at slot 3 and 4. But she's just going to be a Fire Blaster. She's just going to go in and do crazy fire damage. And again, it's like a touch attack, right? She has touch attacks. So she can hit their touch AC, which is something that we do kind of lack. So it's a pretty big deal, I think. Right. Looking at Greybore. Greybore, I actually think that maybe this was a mistake. Improved critical Dwarven War Axe. One of his axes isn't even a Dwarven War Axe, and the other one only went 19 to 20. So I don't know. He does crazy damage, though. He does crazy damage. He's very like Regil. They both do really good damage. This guy actually does more. But both of them are quite untanky. Regil's a bit tankier, and he's got better saves. This guy is just pure damage. He also does sneak attack damage. And he debuffs people. I just don't know how we're going to keep him alive, so it's going to be quite... it's going to be fun to see. It's going to be fun to see. Can we keep this guy alive? He's got power attack, hammer the gap, so I was actually thinking we probably should give him, like, the shatter defenses and dazzling display and stuff. I don't know. We need to find another Dwarven War Axe. We'll give him a go, and we'll see. I'm not going to respec him now. We'll take him into our party. We'll play with him a bit. We'll see what we like about him or don't, and then we'll respec him after. But he's a little shaky, I think. Bismuth is doing great. He's just hanging out, having a good time. Multi-attack, eh? Devotion. Evasion. Weapon focus, gore, toughness. He just gets stuff automatically. It's kind of nice. Bismuth's just there. Bismuth is basically, he can go, oh, we could give him to Greybore. And Greybore could, like, ride Bismuth around. That would actually work. That would give Greybore some protection. Bismuth can be the Greybore or Regil protector. Okay, and now the big one. My character. Throwing a quick save here. So, my character. Doesn't Greybore have an axe that can kill you with crits? Yes, he does. He does. He casts Cone of Cold as an 11th level wizard when he crits. 1 in 20 chance that he can crit, but yeah. That could be funny. He could kill our party. Could be funny. So, my character. My character is okay, but I haven't loved it for a couple of reasons. I love the idea that we're fighting with a dueling sword and sort of light armored and dex based. I think that's really cool, but a couple of things I don't like. Number one, it just sort of adds a bit more to the whole pre-buff before fight stuff, which is a little bit annoying, but not too bad. The main thing is that it's like, I feel like this game, Sword Saint isn't quite as cool because... Number one, there's going to be a bunch of enemies that can see through our spells. Like, they'll see through Mirror Image with True Seeing and stuff like that. Enemies have a ton of spell resistance, right? They've all got spell resistance and, like, immunities to magic. So, like, we're going in and, like, our Shocking Touch just doesn't work. And, you know, it just doesn't do damage, right? And it's kind of like, what's the point? We just don't have enough feats to spend on that stuff. On top of that, because of Azata, we kind of want to... spend our feats, extra feats on teamwork stuff. We also want to get bonus to charisma. Charisma is really good for Azata, and we've got none. So I haven't been super sold on it. Like, it's okay. It works. It's fine. But I wanted to see if we could do something better and, like, mix it up a little bit. So I want to try out a different build, which is sort of, it keeps the same concept. It keeps the same concept of us being... this sort of dex-based dueling sword thing, but just makes it a lot more passive. And we're going full martial. We are actually pyre, very similar to that. So let me show you. This is what I was thinking of doing. We are actually going to become an Aldori Sword Lord and see how that works. See how that works. We're going to go this. We are going to start off Aldori Sword Lord. And we actually have a couple of different options. So Sword Lord is the option 1. This is a prestige class, okay? Which is all about dueling mastery. So this is all about using dex to fight. And they have a lot of like defensive parry and stuff. And a lot of like basically intimidating your enemies with like shatter confidence is what we're building up to. Where we can use persuasion to intimidate people as a free action when we crit. I think it's going to be pretty cool. So let me actually walk you through this step by step. Now the other option would be to go into something like Duelist, which actually gives us the canny defense into defense and stuff. This is another option. We might actually do both, but I want to start off with this for now and see how I like it. But let me show you how it works. We're actually going to start as a fighter, as an Aldori defender. Okay, so these are about speed and reflexes to weave a net of impenetrable steel around them from which they strike and harry their unfortunate opponents. The most common forms focus on avoiding damage, disarming foes. They prefer to wear light or no armor. They basically just rely on their skills. They fight with dueling swords. So it's basically like just a plain martial version of what we were doing. It's much more passive. Everything should just happen passively. Less micromanagement. Because I really don't feel like I was making the most out of our arcane points pool and stuff like that on Sword Saint. And I'd rather spend my time micromanaging like Daeran and the casters and stuff as opposed to me. So yeah. Let's go into it. We're going to start as Aldori Defender. We're going to keep, again, we want to keep it close to our character. We want to stay half-elf. Now, we're going to also stay the same half-elf. We're going to give ourselves a skill focus in persuasion because, again, we're going to be using a lot of intimidating in combat. We're basically going to be like, look how good I am at my sword, you know, and we're going to intimidate them. I kind of like the idea. It's like, we're here to tell you about friendship and love. Now you better fucking do it. You better like love and friendship and beauty, or I'll get you. And they'll be like, please, yes, we'll say yes to friendship and love. So that's what we're going for. Okay, now we do have to change our background to take improved unarmed strike. Nubkeks Montoya, yeah. So we need to get improved unarmed strike so we can get into the crane feats for defenses. I actually think that going for a monk, going for a couple of levels in monk would actually probably be incredible for this, but we can't do that. Because monks have to be lawful, but Azata has to be chaotic, so it's just not possible. It's just not possible. Maybe if we'd started the game as that, it would work. Racial bonus in Dex is good. We're going to crank Dex way up. We're going to give ourselves some Int. We're going to give ourselves some Charisma, which is good for our Azata stuff, and then a bit of Constitution for a bit more health. Then for our skills, we need to take some Mobility. We need some Perception. We need some Persuasion. For our feats, we're going to get Weapon Finesse, which is important, and we're going to need weapon focus in the dueling sword. There we go, perfect. Desna is going to be our goddess. So the way I'm kind of looking at this is actually sort of like, it's almost like Nubkeks after becoming an Azata. It's kind of like, you know what? Yeah, it's almost like in lore. This is like lore, right? We're moving away. We're like, you know what? Yeah, that sort of old, like, I think I was worshipping Iori before, like Iori being enlightened and the perfect human. Kind of like, you know, that was maybe a little bit snobby. Let's go with Desna. Let's go for luck and liberation and travel and love and stuff. And we can now go chaotic good as well, which is nice. Change our colors here. I actually like this hairstyle more as well. I think we look nicer. Our character looked a bit dumb before.
A test of my let's move.
I think reserved voice. Nubkeks. And yeah, so we're still fighting with the dueling sword. But yeah, here we go. So basically what we're going to get with this, we get dueling sword proficiency for free as an Aldori defender. That's their big thing. And yeah, we're going to get some bonus feats as well, which is nice. So here we go. And we're going to keep it going. So again, Aldori defender, basically, they get some really nice stuff. To give you an overview, so we get a couple of bonus feats to start us off, which is good because we want those feats. We're also going to get defensive parry. Whenever we make a full attack, we spend the whole round attacking with our dueling sword, we're going to get AC bonuses against melee attacks, and that increases for every 4 levels after the 3rd, which is kind of cool, Right, that's kind of cool. So whenever we do our full attacks, we spend a full round attacking, we're going to get bonus AC. We're also going to get bonuses against fear, will saves against fear, which is awesome. We're going to get weapon training, which is give us +1 to attack and +1 with damage. And again, our weapon training is just going to keep increasing as we go, giving us weapon training in our sword, which is pretty cool. We're going to get disarming strike, which I'm actually not going to build for, but we can attack when we disarm. And then the big thing we're going to eventually get is Steel Net. When fighting defensively, it reduces the penalties by 2, and it gives us an additional +2 AC to dodge. So we're going to be just this monster of fighting defensively and just like weaving this impenetrable net of steel with our sword and our skill and just intimidating the crap out of the opponents with that. And we need more of this. We need more perception. We need persuasion. The reason being, and I'll show you why, we need dazzling display. The reason is we are going Eldori Sword Lord, which has a lot of requirements. We need 3 mobility, 5 persuasion, 3 knowledge world, 3 perception. We need dazzling display, weapon finesse, proficiency in dueling sword, and weapon focused dueling sword. So we need a lot of stuff for that, right? But we're actually going to get it very early with this. So another mobility, perception, another persuasion. Perfect. So we're there with half of them. We are going to get ourselves the dodge for an extra +1 AC. We got our defensive parry now. Another Eldori defender. We're going to get more dex. We want all that dex. We need 2 points in world, 1 in persuasion. And now we're going to get ourselves crane style. Only take a -2 penalty on attack rolls fighting defensively and get an extra +1. Very good. So we're going to be a beast at fighting defensively. We need 1 more level, an Eldori defender. Finish our knowledge world. Get persuasion to 5. Now we've got 3, 3, 3, and 5. 1 more in perception. And yeah, we're pretty much good to go. It's pretty good. We're going to get Eldori dueling mastery as well, just because this is really appropriate. +2 initiative, which is fantastic with our dueling sword. When we have a dueling sword, we get a +2 shield bonus to AC as well. And although the dueling sword does slashing damage, you treat it as if it were also a piercing weapon. So the nice thing about this is I actually feel like this build actually emphasizes the dueling sword more than our sword saint did, which is kind of what I want as well. We're going to get weapon training in heavy blades, which is going to give us +1 bonus to attack and to damage with the dueling sword. And also some other stuff which we're never going to use, but that's okay. Now, we have all the prerequisites for Eldori Sword Lords. We can go into this. Eldori Sword Lord. And here, this is where we become free to spend our feats as we want to. So I think we're just going to focus like on perception and persuasion. And we'll just do perception job in the camp. That's what we'll do. We'll just be the perception guy in the camp. So we get Deft Strike for free, which gives our dex bonus to damage rolls. Okay, so this is basically Slashing Grace for free, which is awesome. We can't use a shield. We can't use an offhand weapon. None of that stuff. We have to only be, using a dueling sword on its own, which is totally fine. That's what I want to do. We need to put more levels in Sword Lord. Perception, this. And I guess we'll put some mobility in. We have competence in it. We've got dex. We've got class skill. So we're going to be good at mobility too, which is maybe overkill, but that's okay. All right. And with that, I think we'll get Crane Wing here. When fighting defensively, we get a +4 dodge bonus to AC against melee attacks. I think we want this. It's going to be pretty nice. Let me just see. Is there anything else I want right now? We do want Shatter Defenses ultimately, but I think this is going to be fine for now. Next level, we can start focusing more on attack soon. Level 3 in Eldori Sword Lord. More dex. All the dex. Super dex. And we get defensive parry. And this actually stacks with Eldori Defender. So they actually go hand in hand, right? Our bonus to AC against melee attacks when we make a full attack with a dueling sword. And this actually stacks with our fighter levels with Eldori Defender, which is fantastic. So the two go hand in hand. And then we're going to take 1 more level in Sword Lord. Mobility, perception, persuasion. We actually do need improved critical in our dueling sword now to make us crit more often. And this is important for our next level. This level, we get another really cool thing. Check this out. At 4th level, an Eldori Sword Lord learns to adapt their fighting style to counter an enemy's strength. we reduce the attack roll penalty for fighting defensively or for using combat expertise by 1. So that's pretty good. That makes our fighting defensively even better. In addition, after a creature attacks a Sword Lord for the first time, we attempt a perception check, and if successful, we gain +2 bonus on attack and AC against that target until the end of combat. Pretty cool, right? So we need good perception for that. But yeah. And then we want 1 more level only in Aldori Swordlord for Shatter Confidence. So here we go. And here, Shatter Confidence. Okay, so at 5th level, we attempt a Persuasion skill check to intimidate and demoralize our targets as a free action whenever we confirm a crit or disarm or sunder combat. Now, we don't have disarm, we don't have sunder combat, but whenever we crit, whenever we crit someone, we're going to get a free demoralize on them. Now, if they're already shaken or demoralized, if they're already affected by that, once per round, we can make a persuasion check to intimidate and demoralize them further after any successful melee attack. So if they're already shaken and we hit them, we get to make a persuade check. And if we succeed, they get an additional -1 penalty on attack rolls, a -1 penalty on saving throws, and they lose all their morale bonuses to saving throws and to attack. That's really good. So that's the reason we're going for Sword Lord. It's for that benefit. Then we're going back into Aldori Defender, which is going to give us more stuff. Whoops, hang on. Aldori Defender. We'll keep mobility just because we can. And Perception and Persuasion. These are the essential ones to activate our stuff. Now here, we could get Combat Expertise to be even more defensive. No, sorry. Yeah, this one. Where we can activate this to gain a penalty on our melee attack rolls, but a bonus to this. And now we need to get... This is the other crucial part right now. We need Shatter Defenses. Shatter Defenses. So, whenever someone is shaken or frightened, and again, we can kind of do that, we are going to start hitting their flat-footed AC instead. Then what we're going to do after this, we're going to need more levels, but the next few levels is going to make it even more powerful, where we're going to get Power Attack then. So, can't spell. Now, the problem is, in order to get Power Attack, you do need Strength. That's the issue. But we can use like a belt to take that. I think it's a bug in the game, but that's okay. But we can put on a belt, which will give us Power Attack. So we'll get Power Attack then at 13. And then at 15, we can take the Cornigon Smash. Whenever we hit someone with a Power Attack, we can attempt to demoralize them for free. So that's the theory there. That's the theory right there. Cheating. It's kind of cheating. But I don't think it's a huge deal. Like, I kind of feel like we should almost get Power Attack anyway. Why not Piranha Strike? Piranha Strike, I don't believe... Let me double check. I don't know how to spell it. Piranha Strike. Piranha Strike, it doesn't give you access to the Intimidation stuff, which is what we want. The main reason we want Power Attack... The main reason to get Power Attack is so we can get these feats here. It won't even let me click into it. But it will give us Cornigan Smash. It'll give us Dreadful Carnage. So it will give us those free... It'll give us those free Intimidate checks. So the problem with this build, basically, is that it takes a long time to come online. Like, you don't do dex to damage until level 6, when you've got, like, 5 levels of Aldori Defender. And then we, you know, so... That's one thing, but I think it is going to come online big time. At level 13 and 15 is when it's really going to jump up in power, because at level 13 we're going to get Steel Net, which is extra benefits when fighting defensively. We'll get our Power Attack. Then we can get Mythic Power Attack as well to make our Mythic Power Attack even stronger. Then we can get our Cornigan Smash. We can get our thing. And yeah, that's sort of the idea there. Oh no, I don't want Piranha Strike. What am I doing? Shatter Defenses. So for right now, we have to basically use Dazzling Display. That's true. We could also just rely on our teammates to do it. But we do have really good persuasion. So, I don't know. We could potentially just let our teammates do it. We'll try it out. We could potentially just cast Dazzling Display. We could dip into Ranger. Oh, Ranger can get Power Attack with no need for Strength. That could work. But it would sort of delay our other stuff a lot. We have a few party members, that's true. Again, we're going to obviously take Instrument of Freedom. We are going to take our Thundering Blows. Excellent. We're going to... We could take Dodge Mythic for extra chance to dodge. Pretty nice. Some nice stuff. I'm going to take Weapon Focus and Dueling Sword just for extra chance to hit. Because we do want to hit. We can't crit unless we hit, so we want to hit in the first place. We are going to take... what was I going to take here? I don't remember. Leading Strike's actually pretty good. Whenever we attack someone in melee, we leave a mark on them. And then an ally that attacks that target takes additional divine damage. That's really good. It's kind of nice because we're now free from having to take abundant casting and all that stuff, or whatever, our longer spells, enduring spells. We don't need that stuff anymore. So we're free to take more combat-focused things. We could always take Archmage Armor later on and make our Mage Armor stronger too. So we got a bunch of stuff here that's good. Ever Ready is nice. Our opportunity attacks are more powerful. That's pretty good. Inspirational Leader could be kind of nice. Give everyone bonuses to initiative. Pretty great. Bonus to saving throws against mind effects and concentration. Last Stand. I think we'll go Leading Strike. That seems pretty good. Or Unrelenting Assault's also pretty good too. But yeah, let's go with this. Relying on my teammates to get them shaken. That's true. It does tie into the Azada stuff. That's true. Take Bane, Bless, Challenge Evil. Though I don't think Bane's actually going to be useful at all. And then we're going to get... probably Dodge Mythic. Or we could just take the improved crit Mythic right now. That could work too. Because let me think. I'm probably going to want... I'm going to want to have Power Attack by rank 6. And get Power Attack Mythic at rank 6. To make Power Attack really strong. So I think we just take improved crit right now. I think we're going to be probably defensive enough to not need the Dodge Mythic. It's only +1 AC. The improved crit's going to make us hit an awful lot harder. So let's take the improved crit Mythic. Then we're going to get our Life Bonding Friendship. And we have to take Outflank. So this is one downside. We're not going to have as many team things. And then for the next level, Precise Strike's only with melee. Seize the Moment. Does this work with range? Whenever an ally who has this feat confirms a crit against an opponent that you threaten, make an attack of opportunity. So if one of my ranged guys crits someone that I am attacking, do I get to attack them with Seize the Moment? Does that work? My character was already the tank as the Sword Saint. We were actually pretty tanky. This is just something to think about for the next level. I think Shake It Off is pretty good as well. Shake It Off gives us bonus saving throws. That's kind of nice. Coordinated Defense could be good. Back to back could be good. When you're flanked and adjacent to an ally, you get +2 to AC. Pretty nice. But yeah, we can just sort of get a bunch of these teamwork feats. The idea being that, I'll show you in a second, we'll get Unbreakable Heart. Really good to have here. We'll get our Aid and Blessing of Luck. And there we go. That's basically nubkeks done. Now we have to re-equip our guys. Ivu needs to be re-equipped because it remade Ivu. Ivu with Bracers of Armor. Ivu had Mighty Fists. Physical Perfection, because Ivu uses all the stats, I believe. Inspired Wisdom. I guess you can have Wisdom. Gives you some will save. It's okay. Okay. For nubkeks, then, we need to re-equip nubkeks. Incredible Dex. What's this? Physical Might, Strength, and Con. Yeah, we want the Dex. Is there one that gives Dex and Con? What do you have? You got nothing. Whoops. You could have Strength and Con. You can have Incredible Dex. What do you have? You've got Dex and Con. Ooh. Oh, this is Strength and Con. Hang on. She could have the Dex. What does Seelah have? Where is Seelah? Oh, she's at the end. Seelah has... Ooh, +4 Strength. Okay. So Strength and Con. Let's bring Greyboar with us. Let's give Greyboar Strength and Con, I guess. That makes sense. And he has... Oh, he has Strength +4. Oh, never mind. What does Horsekeks have? Strength and Dex. Here, you have Strength and Con. That's better for you. What do you have? Nothing. You've got nothing. You have Dex. Okay. We need more belts. Wait, what's this one? Oh, this is Dex and Con. Oh, there we go. Dex and Con for nubkeks, please, and thank you. +2 Dex, +2 Con. Very nice. So now I've got this Strength and Dex. You could use Strength and Dex, I guess. Sure, you could use the Dex. I'll give it to this guy, actually. Here you go. Here you go, pal. You wanna... Yeah, Cloak of Resistance? Sure. A Hat of Heartening Song for Bismuth? Now we're talking. That's more like it. Okay, good. Let's just re-equip our stuff here so it actually takes effect. But we've got our Oppressor's Gloves. So here we go. When we... Gives us +2 to Persuasion when we try to Intimidate. And whenever we do a crit, an enemy suffers -2 penalty on saving throws. So this is really good because we're going to be trying to intimidate people whenever we crit. Got our Physical Form, our Natural Armor, our Luck bonus to it. We've got our Ring of Protection, +4. We've got Immunity. Oh, good against fire. That's okay. We've got this bonus. What do I have here? Oh, Vast Intelligence. So I don't need that. You don't need that. What do you have? Intelligence. What do you have? Kinetic Diadem. You can use Int. What do you have? Int. I don't think she uses Int even. We've got so many Ints. So many Ints and nobody uses it. You've got Wisdom. You've got... You know what? I'm going to give Initiative to Nubkeks. So Nubkeks gets in there. Wades in early. What do you have? You have Int and Charisma. Yeah, that's good for you. You've got Wisdom. Seems fine. Okay. I'll give this to Nubkeks. I'm going to turn that off, though, because that's ugly. And then for armor... Oh, yeah, we got new stuff. Got new stuff, too. So I could actually wear the light armor. Gives us our full dex bonus. And silver robe. So that gives us, let me see, that gives us 33 AC to start with. What do we get if we put this on? 34, we get one more. But this gives us more touch AC. So we'll wear this. We will wear the Mithril Armor. So we have 33 AC. We got a bit from luck. We got our +6 dex bonus, which is lovely. How much does this limit it? This gives us a maximum of +6 dex. So this works for now. Daeran, so Daeran doesn't have armor on anymore because he now has the Armor of Bones. So Daeran's actually doing okay. He's got Mighty Con. Daeran's actually doing fine. Yep, he's doing fine. Nubkeks is actually slightly overburdened, unfortunately. Because he only has 10. That robe doesn't wear anything. Oh, well, we can actually lighten her by... She doesn't need meta magic now. She doesn't need the rod because she can't use it. Straight up can't use it. Yeah, she's got bonus initiative. So Nubkeks should have pretty good initiative as well. Character, Marshall, +12 initiative. So this is important, okay? Here's one of the downsides of this build is that we get our benefits from like fighting defensively, and we also get benefits when we make full attacks with our sword. We need to actually have attacked for that to work. So we're kind of vulnerable for the first round of combat until we sort of get into the swing of things, and then we really take off and start blasting. But yeah, Nubkeks looking pretty good. So Nubkeks now has more attacks and much better chances to hit. Way better at actually attacking. We hit harder. We're going to have better AC once the fighting defensively bonuses go on, and once we start getting our benefits from our Sword Lord stuff proccing and bonuses to that. So yeah, I think it should be good. We got good saves, except for Will is kind of dodgy. Will's not great, but we could obviously boost Wisdom to help with that. We're still light encumbrance, which is good. So Nubkeks is looking pretty good, and we look cooler too. That's the main thing. I think we look a bit cooler, which is nice. Which is very nice. Let's give you this armor. So we got this new armor. Check this out. White Dragon. It's a +4 medium armor. It gives you cold aura, cold resistance 30. Can be worn by druids, which is kind of crazy. But it also hurts everyone within 5 foot of us. It gives them 2d6 points of cold damage every turn. I kind of like the idea that we put this on this guy to give him a bit more armor to work with. He only has +3 dex, so he still gets his full dex bonus. And it sort of works together with the idea that he has this Cone of Cold Axe. So we kind of go, okay, if Greyboar's with us, we need to pop like communal resistance to cold. We need communal protection from cold, because otherwise this freaking crazy dwarf is going to murder everyone Watch out. He's coming. Swiggity swooty. He coming for that booty. Oh, we never respec Camellia. We need to do that. We need to respec Camellia. We have a better buckler for her as well, which is nice. She's in, what, light armor? Damage reduction piercing. It's fine. We're not really using her anyway. Fast int is not great. Resistance 1. She's pretty undergeared right now. We need to also respec her. I totally forgot. Let's respec her real fast. So Seelah's done. Lan's done. Waljif is fine. Ember's fine. Nenio's fine. He's done. Social's fine for now. He's done. She's good. Come back to him. Camellia needs a bit of a respec. Okay, cool. She's going to do trickery, so she can fill in for trickery if we ever want to sit out like our chalet or something. And we'll give her persuasion too. It's important. So she's also going to... She's a good combo with this. She is. She's a good combo. She wants Ice Plant for sure. Natural bonus to AC. Can I get her Ice Plant ring? There was a ring that gave an extra 2 AC to Ice Plant that I didn't buy in Act 1. Can I still get that, or is it missed forever? Because it kind of sucks if it's missed forever. Again, she has almost no skill points, just tricky persuasion the whole way through. Weapon focus in the rapier. I think she'll really come on at Mythic level 5 when she can get the thing that procs elemental effects for bonus damage. Give her probably more dex, just more dex, more charisma. Give her more dex. We'll give her a charisma point next time. Dex for now. She wants this time. This is what we're going to do differently. We're going to give her just all the passive stuff. Oh, it's just gone? Oh, dude, that sucks. Main display. Good thing we're not using her as our main. But that sucks. Is nubkeks wearing a shield? No, nubkeks is not allowed to use a shield. Nubkeks has to fight with a dueling sword and nothing else. So nubkeks is actually now much more like a Jedi. She's actually going to fight like two-handed with a sword. It's pretty cool. She actually looks really like a Jedi. You'll see. But yeah, nubkeks needs to fight with just the dueling sword. But nubkeks has the Aldori Dueling Mastery feat, which gives her bonus initiative and a +2 shield bonus whenever she is fighting. So she doesn't have a shield, but she has a +2 shield bonus all the time. So it sort of makes up for it. It's not as good as the shield spell. Shield spell is +4, but it's still solid. It should still be enough. I mean, we'll see. I'm excited to get out and actually fight some stuff and see how it works. So Camellia, Trickery, and Persuasion. Keep it going. So we got her the essential stuff here. We got her she has Weapon Finesse, Rapier Focus, Fencing Grace for Rapier. Now we can actually get her... Because she took Intimidating Display, she actually gets Dazzling Display for free, so she can actually get Shatter Defenses, I think, at this level. Or maybe she needs to be a higher level for Shatter Defenses. Let me double check that. But she can get Shatter Defenses. She needs more base attack, but she now has Dazzling Display, so she can actually get this, which is phenomenal. Maybe we just give her Dodge. Can I? Probably just give her Dodge would be good. Blind Fight's good too. Probably just dodge so she doesn't die. Because she's kind of squishy. You give her outflank here, of course, if you didn't have a Zata. We might need to give her toughness and stuff as well. But yeah, the sword... basically, the Aldori Sword Lord is kind of like a non-casty version of what we were playing, which is what I want. So I think it's going to be good. I'll give her a bit of charisma. Make her persuasion stuff better. We give her Battle Master, which is going to give her extra attacks of opportunity. And it gives her weapon spec for free. And she also gets greater weapon spec for free later on, which is kind of awesome. So Battle Master in the Rapier, please. So that's perfect. Weapon spec and Rapier now. And we just keep her going on this. Now she should be able to get Shatter Defenses. Yep, there it is. Shatter Defenses. So again, she now has really good bonuses against anyone that's shaken. She gets to hit their flat-footed AC, which is pretty good. Next level. Persuasion. And now it opens up quite a lot in terms of what we want to get her. We could get her a secret. I think that's a recommended thing. That's pretty good. Battle Ward's also pretty good. Gives you a Battle Ward with deflection bonus, which sort of runs off over time. The Respec UI is new. Oh, is it? It's pretty great. But I think the Secret Extend is recommended by people, and I think this looks pretty good. We can actually use meta magic now with her, so we'll set that up next time we're going to use her. But she can basically, because she basically is just buffs. Her idea is very it's actually very similar to, it's almost identical to what we were doing as Sword Saint. She basically comes in and she just buffs up, and then she's just a dex tank on the front line. She's a dex tank that can do really nice buffs, is her deal. Evil Eye, she's not good with Evil Eye. So she's not good with Eve. The problem with Evil Eye is you have to stand still and cast it. Evil Eye takes a turn. Evil Eye is really good, but it takes a turn to cast. And it's based off of Wisdom mod. She doesn't have a good Wisdom mod. You know, she doesn't have a good Wisdom mod. So it's hard for her to, yeah, I don't know. It's probably only going to last one round. And she does a lot of damage with her weapon. So honestly, if you want someone to do hexes, Ember is much, much better than Camellia is. We want her to be just like tanky on the front line. Improved critical with the rapier should be solid here. And yeah, there we go. That's Camellia. Mythic. Oh, we need to check spellbooks for people as well before we go. Abundant casting for her is good. We'll get her first of all, though. We'll get her the Thundering Blows. Should be fine. Just so she does some guaranteed damage. Here we can get her Dodge Mythic. Could be good for her. We'll probably get her the Weapon Focus Mythic so she can just hit stuff more. Weapon Spec Mythic's not bad either. Let's get her the Weapon Focus, I think, so she hits more. Yeah, I think that's okay. Yeah, I'm excited to use Ember, though. I think Ember's really good. We'll get her Abundant Casting as well. And then we'll get her... Could get her Dodge Mythic to help her keep alive now. That'd be fine. Improved Crit Mythic would be good, too. Weapon Spec Mythic is also good. I think we want Dodge Mythic just to try keep her alive, though. Probably. The nice thing about Weapon Spec Mythic, though, is that she will get all the weapon specs anyway. Let's just get her Weapon Spec Mythic. Fuck it. Let's try it. I'm curious. So she might be a little squishy, but I'm curious to see what she's going to be like when we get going. Let's just reapply her weapons and stuff. So we actually see her proper stats because it sort of bugs out. She needs a better thing. She's very under-geared right now, so she's not going to be too good. We'll need to get her more gear. Whenever we use her, we'll probably only be using her anyway for her class quest. Was this the rapier? Or was this the rapier? No, this one. So her AC's okay. Again, we missed that ring that would have given her another +2, and she can buff herself with spells. Her attack is pretty decent. Her damage is solid. The weapon looks awesome. But yeah, that's Camellia. Again, we're not really using her because our character does something very similar. But yeah, there we go. Yeah, Spirit Hunter, yeah, it's like a pretend Magus. That's how I would describe it. So this is us done. This is Respec. Done. There you go. We've respec'd almost the entire party. We'll revisit people later on, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Now we're gonna have to just rearrange everything because everything's gonna be wrong. I'm actually gonna turn power attack off for our dragon because I don't think they need it. Inspire Rage, I don't care. Acrobatics, she might use acrobatics at some point. Fighting defensively, she might use at some point. She just has a bunch of really good spells. Charge. She can buff herself, heal. She's got remove fear. Like, she's got great stuff already. And this is her first tier of spell casting, so yeah. Okay, let's rearrange the nubkeks. Oh, we need to do a spellbook. Okay, first of all, let's do our spellbook sweep. Let's just arrange their spellbooks, make sure we're happy. Nubkeks basically only has Azata spells now, but they're really good. As again, this also ties into why I didn't want to be a Sword Saint. It's like, you know what? You know what? Just casting Azata spells, that's enough. I'm actually fine with that. Casting our spells, that's enough for me. Horsekeks tragically can't cast spells. The Dinosaur can't, Greybor can't. Social should be fine because we didn't respec him. But that's what he's got for now. He's fine. She doesn't need to be changed yet. Waljif. Ooh, hello. Another greater invis. Yes, please. 6 heroisms. You know what, actually, let's switch him to displacement instead of blink. I heard you like. I heard that you You like Sense Vitals. He probably doesn't need that many Sense Vitals. What else would he use, though? Mirror Image 4 is also probably enough. You give him a couple of blurs. Probably overkill, though. You could blur other people, which is somewhat nice. Let's go with the 4 Sense Vitals. Let's go with like 3 Mirror Image. Let's give him 3 blurs. It's just like a longer term buff. I almost wonder if it's worth actually giving him like the extended spells rather than what he has right now. 3 Embiggens is good. 3 shields is plenty. I don't think we need that many mage armors anymore either. Yeah, we might actually respec him into just extended spells. That might be worth. He's got so many things. Give him Expeditious Retreat. Does he have Reduce? Reduce Person could be kind of nice to have. Let's give him a couple of Reduce Persons too. But yeah, like we could reduce nubkeks. Reducing nubkeks would be fine. Yeah, we do less damage. Reducing him would be fine. They'll do a little less damage, but his sneak attack damage is going to be fine. So actually, you know what? Reduce Person could be great, now I think about it. An Enlarge Person for Lan, Reduce Person for him, for nubkeks. Yeah, okay, so he actually has good stuff there. He's got a great level 1 spellbook, actually, so never mind. I'm happy enough with that. Okay. Wait, there are other people to check their spells, right? Seelah will need her spellbook redone. Okay, let's start from the start. So level 1, she has an Enlarged Person. She can have a heal. It's fine. Give her some Unbreakable Hearts. I would give her more Enlarged Person, but she can't. It's kind of a pain in the ass. Her level 1 stuff kind of sucks in comparison. Like, Remove Fear is good, but I don't know. Let's just give her 6 little heals and 3 Unbreakable Hearts, and that will do. Level 2, she has to take a single Bull Strength for sure. Wait. There we go. That's weird. Barkskin. Just give her a bunch of Barkskin. Oh, we need to do Meta Magic with her at some point, but I'm going to put that off because I'm lazy. Her level 2, though, is good with the Barkskins. We give her some Restorations as well. They're always good to have. So Restorations and Barkskins. Just defensive buffs. She's the Magical Vestment for herself, which is lovely. She can't take any more of those, unfortunately. Some Animate Deads are good to just get in the way. I do like those. Remove Blindness could be good. We don't need that. Protection from energy. Resist Energy Communals, actually pretty nice. We could take a few of those. Remove Disease. Remove Blindness is good if we need it. It's hard to know if you do need it, though. It's hard to say, isn't it? We might take her instead of Seelah if we ever take Seelah, so we could go with this. It's a bit wonky. Your usual party is Seelah, Camellia, Nenio, Social, and Arushale. Yeah, that's a good standard party. I like that. I like that. That'll be fine. Here, Thorn Body, she has to. False Life Greater is actually good for her. Give her a whole bunch of extra HP. I like that idea. Then probably just some neutralizes. Sorry, some restorations. They're good to have. Divine Power. Ooh, gives her bonuses to like strength checks and temporary hit points. Make an additional attack. That's actually really good too as a buff. We could just have her not do restorations and then give her like a Divine Power. A couple of Divine Powers to really boost her up. Could be okay. Protection from Energy Communal is good too. She doesn't have enough skill slots here yet to really make use of it. Righteous Might. Doubles her size. Penalties to Dex though. That's interesting. I think some Animal Growths are pretty good here. Animal Growth, Supercharge her animal size. Gigantic Horse Keks. I don't think that actually works. Gigantic Ivy would work though. I think the problem is if we make Horse Keks huge, I think Seelah can't attack because Horse Keks is too big. Which is kind of hilarious when you think about it. Bull Strength Mass, actually kind of useful. Ooh, Intrusian Communal. Cost Diamond Dust, but that's pretty damn good. Dispel Magic Greater is also good. Raise Dead's also a good thing to have as a backup. But she's probably going to be the one that will die. Because I don't have great gear for her. We'll leave her like that for now. Did anyone else need spellbooks? Don't think so. Daeran, he's done. She's done. Lan has no spells. We did your spells. And yeah, here we go. Perfect. So we're good. And yeah, let me split the video for YouTube. Let's go do a fight and see these new builds in action. Let's see what we can do. Let's go.